Chris and I were talking during the break. We got a flake in the forecast somewhere down here, but also a glimmer of hope somewhere out there. Can we go there quicker?
So I will. I'm going to take you there right now.
Okay, let's go.
Let's just fast forward to April 7th through the 13th, and I wanted to show you this. Why? Well, first of all, what is this? This is the latest outlook from the Climate Prediction Center suggesting that the second week of April is not cold. Not that I in any way believe we're going to be looking at 70 degrees in spring fever.
Not cold doesn't mean warm, does it? It doesn't mean normal?
It just means
right above average.
What this graphic is telling us is that there is a slightly skewed chance of above average temperatures for the second week of April.
Which means what, like 60?
58 to 59.
Okay.
That's average, so 60 would be above average. Typically we hit 70 on or around April 2nd. That's not going to happen this go around. Anyway, I wanted to point that out. Now we're going to talk about how it's going to be cold and rainy, and yes, even a chance of a snowflake in the valley forecast on Monday morning. 55 was the high in Portland, a couple of degrees below average for today, which is 58. Across the eastern part of the state, upper 40s in LeGrand, Baker City, John Day got to 41. Here's the setup as we go into our weather moving forward into Friday. Another cold low pressure system diving out of the Gulf of Alaska, bringing with it a reinforcing shot of cold air aloft, which is going to spell rain and wind and big-time cascade snows this weekend, 1 to 3 feet, pretty likely at the passes and above, and even lower elevations down to 2,000 to 2,500 feet will turn pretty snowy. What I did want to point out, though, is that the rain, while we could see a sprinkler or two early tomorrow, really this is going to be an afternoon event. And I stopped the clock here at 5:45. It looks like it's more likely going to be an afternoon evening commute onset for the steadier, heavier rain on Friday. So morning dry-ish, but afternoon and especially late afternoon wet and probably pretty windy as well. And by the way, once that front plows on through here, Cascade snow levels are going to dip. So the forecast tomorrow starts off mostly cloudy, temperatures in low 40s. We're in the mid 40s at lunchtime. I have a chance of showers here at noon, but again, this is really hit or miss. The big story here is that the significant rain and the wind picks up as we head into the late afternoon. High temperatures tomorrow inching to the upper 40s. At the beach, the rain arrives earlier, so it's going to be rainy probably noontime-ish for Astoria and Pacific City, maybe just a little past that in Newport, and the winds are going to be picking up 30 to 40 miles an hour. Columbia River Gorge, you will see rain late in the day. The first half of your day will probably be dry with southwest winds increasing. And east across the Cascades, central and eastern Oregon, probably a generally dry day for Friday. Friday night and into Saturday is when your moisture comes in, and it will be rain and snow for the higher terrain. We've got winter weather advisories for Crook County, out to the Oshikogo Highlands, the Blues, the Wallowas. The Wallowas under a winter storm warning. Anybody traveling on Interstate 84 in eastern Oregon late tomorrow night through the weekend, be aware of that. And of course, the Cascades are going to get pounded with snow this weekend. Here's a look at the snowfall forecast just through early Sunday morning. And as we mentioned, we are measuring it by the yardstick up in the Cascades. So great news again for some spring break skiing there. Rainfall amounts for the valley will be pretty significant between now and Sunday morning. Futurecast likes better than an inch of rain here for Portland, Salem, and Corvallis. So it's going to be a wet go of it here. And as we mentioned, quite chilly as well. Temperatures tomorrow bottom out in the low 40s in the valley and probably only get into the upper 40s, maybe inching towards 50 tomorrow afternoon. And the weekend forecast, got a little bit of something for everyone here. Occasional showers, maybe some sun breaks, and after the sun breaks go away, we'll have some hail and thunder, and that's pretty much what the Saturday-Sunday forecast looks like. And here's the. Add that in too. I'm not done. I had to add the snowflake because you were talking about this when we started off talking about weather here. Yep. It is cold enough Sunday night and Monday that snow levels dip to about 500 feet briefly.
All right.
35 in Portland. That's cold. 48 for a high on Monday, if that materializes, would be a record low maximum.
We'll be looking out for that, but I think living for maybe the middle of April or June.
60 or so that's hanging out there, that looks pretty good.
Thanks, Chris.